Hey guys, so today we're going to show you how to import your Blender model into the browser using Three.js, and we're also going to add some rotation like this. And this is the simple Blender file we're going to be using, which is just a cube with a red material. So let's get started. As you can see here, we just have an empty directory called import blender tutorial, and we've navigated to here in the terminal. So we're going to start off by making some directories. We're going to make a public directory, and inside that public directory we're going to create two more directories called Blender files and Three.js loaders. We can move back out of this, and now we're going to save our Blender files into this directory. From our Blender project here, we're going to go to File, Export, and we're going to export as a .obj file. And then we're going to navigate to, and inside public Blender files we're going to save this just as cube.obj, and you want to make sure that this write materials box is checked, because this is going to save our material file as well. So if we export this, we can see that we have the files here now. It actually doesn't show the .obj file inside Sublime for some reason, but if we go into public and Blender files and do ls, we can see that both files are actually here, cube.obj and cube.mtl. So if you're not seeing the obj file in Sublime, this is probably why. Okay, so now that we have our files there, we want to initialize our node project. So to do that, we're going to say npm init -y to just give it all the defaults, and we have our package.json file now. So for this project we just need one dependency called express. So we're going to install that, and now we're going to create our index.js file. So we're just going to touch index.js, and the only other file we need for setup is our HTML file. So we're going to touch public index.html. So this is all the files we should have. So we have this public directory which has Blender files and our Three.js loaders, which we're going to get eventually soon, and this HTML file, and then we have this index.js file and package.json. Inside the package.json we can actually get rid of this script, and now we can get started with our index.js file. So here we need to require express, so we're going to say const express equals require express, and then we're going to say const app equals express, const Porsche equals 5000, and now we need to initialize some middleware just for our static resources. So we're going to say app.use express.static, and we're going to use the public directory because this is where all of our static resources are going to live. And now we're just going to listen. So we're going to say app.listen port, and once we're listening we're just going to print out console.log listening on, and pass in the port. And now from back in the terminal we can say node index.js, and this should work. So this should be serving our HTML file if we go to localhost 5000, which, just to clarify, it is. We can add some HTML here, and we can just give it a body of this is the HTML. If we refresh this we can see that this is now rendering. Cool. So now we can get started with importing the actual Blender object files. So to do that we're going to need to require three scripts first at the top inside our head tag. So first of all we need the CDN for Three.js. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to create a script tag, and source equals that link from the CDN, And we also need to import two more things here, but these are going to be from the Three.js loader directory. So we're going to get those now. So if you navigate to Mr. Dube and go to the Three.js GitHub repo, we need to find some files. So we need to find an Obj Loader, which is here, and we just want to copy all of this. And if we go back here, inside Three.js loaders, we're going to create a new file. We're just going to save this as Obj Loader.js and paste in what you copied a second ago. And we need one more. It's just called MTL Loader.js. So we're going to do the same again in the GitHub repo. This time we're going to search for MTL Loader, which is going to load our MTL files. So again, copying that, pasting in here, and saving. And now from the HTML file, we're going to require these scripts. So we have script, and this time the source is just going to be that directory, which is Three.js loader / we're going to get Obj Loader.js first. We can copy this and do the same thing except MTL Loader. And if we save that and go back to the browser, we're just going to open up the console to see that there was no issues getting these files. So if we refresh, we can see that there was no errors. Cool. So now we're going to get started with the actual Three.js stuff. If you're not familiar with Three.js, then just follow along and it shouldn't be too complicated. So we're going to start off by creating a script tag. Inside this script, the first thing we're going to do is create our scene. So we're going to say const scene equals 3.scene. Next we're going to create our light. So we're just going to say const light equals new 3.directional light. And we're just going to make the color white. So an intensity of, we'll say 0.9. And then we're going to make this directional light have a position. So we're going to say light dot position dot set, and we're just going to set it to -20, so a bit away from our object, 0 and 100. And now we're going to create our camera. U3 dot perspective camera, and it's going to have proportions of the width divided by the height. So we can say window dot inner width divided by window dot inner height 0.1 1000. Cool. And we also need to add this light to the scene, so we can say scene dot add light. And if we save that, now we can create our renderer. So we can say const render equals new 3.webgl renderer. And now we're going to give this renderer a size. So we're going to say renderer dot set size, and it's going to be window dot inner width and window dot inner height. And now we can append this renderer to the document, so we can say document dot body dot append child renderer dot DOM element, which I think is just a script, or sorry, canvas. Cool. So now we're ready to actually render something to the screen. So we're going to say function render And inside this we need to request the animation frame, so we can say request animation frame and pass in render. And then we can say render.render with the scene and the camera. Cool. And at the very bottom of this, we're just going to call render. Cool. So if we save that and go back to the browser and refresh, we can see that we're missing something on line 20. And this should be an equals. And line 15, this should be new. And now you can see that we're now rendering this canvas to the browser. And we have an extra closing tag somewhere. We're going to find that and get rid of it. If we refresh the page, we can see that now we're getting a big canvas here. So we're ready to start rendering our shape inside this. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger. So now we're going to use these material loaders and object loaders that we saved earlier on. So it's important that you have these scripts and these files saved. First of all, we're going to get our two loaders. So under here, where we're defining a renderer, we're going to say const object loader equals new 3.obj loader with a capital obj, and initialize that. And then we're going to set our path for this object loader. And this path is just where we saved our Blender files. So we're already inside public, and we're just going to use the path as / Blender files /. And we're going to do the same thing with our material loader. We just copy this and call it MTL loader, and it's going to be a new MTL loader. And again, we need to set our path. And now we're ready to start loading our files. So underneath where we define these loaders, we're going to use a new promise. And I just like doing it this way. I've got really used to chaining promises, so it's just a much nicer way to do things, I think. And inside this promise, we're going to use our material loader .load, and then we're going to pass in the file name, which is cube.mtl, and then it takes a callback function with the materials. And once we have those materials, we're just going to resolve this promise with the materials. And then we can say .then, and we have the materials, and we're going to say materials.preload to just load our materials, and then we're going to say object loader.set materials with the materials, and then we're going to load our obj file with object loader.load, and the file is called cube.obj, and again with a callback function which takes just the object as a parameter, and we're going to say scene.add object. And if all of this worked successfully, our scene should now have the object. If we go back to the browser and refresh, we're missing something. So the thing we forgot to do was move our camera back. So we need to say camera.position.z equals 5. If we save that and refresh, then we can see that we can see the cube now, which is really nice. I just want to get rid of this margin. So to do that, inside our head tag, we're going to say style, and we're going to use body, and inside body we're going to give margin of 0px. If we refresh the browser now, we can see that we've removed that margin and we have the cube with the light shining on it, but we want to rotate this cube. So to do that, at the start we're going to define our cube, but it's undefined at the minute. And then once we load it, we want to say cube equals object. And now inside render, we're going to say if cube. So if there's a cube, we're going to say cube dot rotation dot x plus equals 0.01. And we're going to do the same thing for y. And if we refresh now, we can see that our cube is rotating, and we get this really nice effect with the light shining on it. So this video has shown you how to import Blender files into your browser using Three.js, and we used a material loader and an object loader along with a material file and an object file. So thanks for watching. Hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask, and I'll see you next time.